Welcome everyone. This is the working group for evolution in the CHAOSS project. Our meeting on May 6th at 9 a.m. Central Daylight Time. The meeting minutes have been posted to the Zoom chat, and you can follow us at github.com/chaos/wg-evolution. This meeting's recorded. Armstrong, I think you have a few thoughts to open our discussion with today.
Sorry, come again. The line was broken.
Oh, I think you had before we started recording, I think you had a fairly good comment or that we ought to discuss.
Oh, yeah. I was just saying, if it is possible, we can spend some time or try to do some cleaning of our Rebozo tree to put things, easy to navigate, because I just try to put myself in the position of a new person who is trying to catch up and follow up what we are at. It's not really easy.
Can you show me where you went, Armstrong? Because we have the CHAOSS participate page, which should have everything.
Yes, no, the thing is that
let's talk about the evolution working group, I think is what you're talking about specifically.
Yes, I'm talking about the evolution working group.
I see.
I think some of the efforts, and I think evolution has gone through, well, I'm gonna say it, more evolution than any of the working groups. And we have organized and reorganized how we focus on the metrics that we develop at least 3 times in the 3 years of the CHAOSS project. And there have been different participants with different perspectives. And I think that's reflected in the repository today. I think that there's go ahead.
So Armstrong, do you think it's largely focused on cleaning up the README in the repository?
Well, sometimes it's just to maybe redirect things. I mean, Sean has already given a very good insight that we have gone through a lot of evolution, which explains. That statement was so powerful.
So I think maybe it was early in the fall, we sort of reshaped the focus areas. We spent several meetings renaming and reshaping code development activity, code development efficiency. I'll share my screen. Actually, this would be helpful if I shared my screen on this one. Can you see the CHAOSS working group, or did I share something else?
No, you got it.
Okay, so these focus areas for this working group are what have evolved, and this came after a good deed. There were previously other focus areas, and these evolved through a lot of discussion in the fall as our latest iteration of how to organize our metrics inside this working group. I know historically we have had use cases, but I honestly don't know if these use cases, for example, to your point, I don't believe we refer to them routinely any longer. And so when it comes to, cleaning things up, I think with the goal question metric format that we take in the development of metrics now, especially really guiding our work with the spreadsheet that Matt and Kevin developed, I don't think we refer to these use cases anymore. So they might.
And in fact, like the implementations, that's kind of silly right above it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think it's clearest to Armstrong's point if the README can basically just say, here are the focus areas, here are the metrics.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think implementations and use cases can definitely go away.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. Do you think that would help, Armstrong?
And I think that the meeting info at the top of the README is kind of critical. I had to scroll pretty far.
Should propose moving that up.
Yes, Matt, it will help. Sorry, I was freezed a bit.
No, that's fine. I think, Armstrong, you bring up a good point. And this is something that I've been trying to do, whether it's just through the website or through the repository. Even like Armstrong, did you see how I cleaned up the metrics page?
Yes.
Like it's just much simpler now, and we don't have like confusing information in one spot that kind of contradicts information in another spot, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
I actually think, yeah. So I think generally Armstrong and Sean, I mean, the way I like to go on these things is less information.
Agreed. Yeah, because like I think if we go to code development activity, I'm not sure that it well might align with our released metrics. It might not. I think yeah, we did this in the fall. We
I'm
created this
okay
and
with there being some like differentiation between the released metrics and the metrics in the repo.
mhm.
I think just you getting rid of like the use cases
I
that
just
help.
did that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that helps because that's just one less piece of noise.
Oops.
And then the message can be, listen, we have the canonical metrics, the canonically released metrics on the web page.
Right.
And anything you see in the repo metrics wise is work in progress, period, full
Yeah.
stop. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, so maybe just making sure at least the focus areas align would be helpful.
Yeah.
And see, like even usage right there, that's not correct anymore.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, because the releases are actually on the CHAOSS website.
Yeah, and we don't track anything in the metrics page anymore.
That's right.
Look
So
what you did, Armstrong. You opened up a.
yeah, well, a little.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. So it was usage. This is a repository for the Evolution Working Group.
Just get rid of usage again. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I think it's another subheading that can be.
yeah, just more noise that doesn't need to be.
Yep. And released metrics for all working. Uh, this repository is where new metrics are actively developed and prepared for release.
Yeah.
Released metrics are available on the CHAOSS website like this.
Yes.
Okay, update README.
Okay. Thanks, Armstrong.
No problem.
Put a little explanation in there to that commit so Carter knows why I've been committing things directly without a pull request. But I think for some of this stuff, just cleaning it up right now is better than going through a formal process. Because already we've got we've gotten rid of 3 bullet points.
Scroll back up to the focus areas, or scroll down somehow. So the focus area, do those align with the web page?
That's a good question.
Just go to metrics. There you go. Okay, so code development activity, efficiency, code development.
These are exactly aligned.
Okay, so that's good. So at least the focus
Yeah.
areas are aligned.
Yes, that, yeah, I think we've been building metrics under those focus areas in the spreadsheet as well.
Okay.
So I know we actually have a few pull requests in the meeting notes. I think there's an inactive contributors metric that is, it looks like Carter's got it in a Google Doc right now.
Can you still in there?
In the repo? Yeah, I got a different, you see that?
I was looking at my own. Can you scroll down?
Uh-huh.
So now, see the meetings?
It's redundant with what's at the top.
Yep, exactly.
Should I get rid of this whole paragraph here?
Yeah, I mean, that's just,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I can do that.
So then, yeah.
That'd be a fourth.
Yeah.
Where is meetings must be under something.
It's under communication.
Okay. And we don't need the whole communications.
No.
Or the mailing list, I guess, is, but people,
to me, that's not really. Yeah, I don't need it at this point.
The whole communication section.
No.
Okay.
So then, get rid of it in the link above too.
I think I did. All right, wait. You're right. I didn't yet.
And then the other kind of associated thing then is that we probably need to. I'll let you finish typing.
I can listen to it.
Is as we removed links that were like what were they, the use cases and usage and stuff like that, there were links to other markdown pages
That are no longer linked, like use cases, for example.
Yeah, so then if you scroll back, go back in just to the main repo, just click on WG Evolution.
Yep.
So now we like have like this laundry list of stuff.
So the format.
Maybe archive some of this stuff.
Yeah, I think these implementations. So there's historically been a desire to put Jupyter notebooks inside of the Evolution working group, and it's the only working group that's followed that practice. And I don't think any current active participants are using those Jupyter notebooks. We know the use cases.
So I think just there maybe open an issue here that just says, kind of clean up the, like even like there's a meeting notes markdown, scroll down.
Yeah. Update.
World 14, it was updated so Carter must be updating that.
Yeah.
Based on the.
And we used to do our meeting notes in Markdown.
Yeah, and I think Carter can know that. So we just use the document now.
Yeah,
it looks like
the Google Doc.
Yeah. Oops, that went too far. Stupid Sean.
And so if you go back, we don't have to do all this now, but even things like then implementations.
Yeah, like I don't. So I'm a little implementations. And bin.
What and I think and use cases, the use folder.
Yeah.
Those are now. How like the issue should just be we need to rethink what those are maybe or something like that. Yeah, because I'm guessing this was Armstrong's kind of issue as well. Not only is the README overwhelming, but then you just kind of look at everything that's in the repo and you're just like, I don't know where to go. And use cases, minutes.
Bin.
I guess minutes isn't the. Yeah.
Okay, let's say.
Is this getting at what you want, Armstrong?
Yes, Matt.
Okay, cool.
Boom. So
all right.
I made a note that it arose out of our meeting discussion today so that Carter is aware of
Can you?
why I just did stuff to the work he's been doing.
Okay. Yeah, less is more. You put that in one of the notes somewhere.
Yeah, I did. I put it in the issue that,
Okay.
or actually it was in a commit message.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll just add it to this.
I agree. Less is more.
Yeah, I think I may have got that phrase from you, repeating it to me over and over again.
Too much information. I didn't make up the phrase, but
No.
okay.
Philosophy on clarity of communication is less is more.
So I'm just gonna mute myself for a little while here.
Okay.
And the recording will stay on. So actually, I might end up leaving. I may come back in a little bit, but
Okay. No problem.
okay.
All right. Just making some comments so Carter is aware of why I did what I did.
Yeah,
Because I know he's been working real hard on this evolution working group. There is, I don't know, is there a link to the spreadsheet at the top of our notes?
which spreadsheet is that?
There's the metric spreadsheet. I have it linked.
Yeah.
I
think if you don't see it there, maybe if you go down on the previous meetings, you see it somewhere.
Yep, I found it. Yeah, I've been trying to keep it at the top of the working group notes because I think it's where a lot of us.
That is at the top. If you look at this black bold release update spreadsheet link.
Are you looking at the evolution working groups minutes?
Yes.
Oh, link.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Okay. All right. Okay. Wow. Okay. I didn't see that there. Link.
Perhaps we should put a URL there since that's the format we generally use.
Yeah. I don't want to completely undo what Carter has been doing to clean things up for us. I didn't notice the link.
But I think the link is self-explanatory.
Yeah, maybe. Or just use the big long one. I don't know, I'm not gonna totally destroy the organizing work Carter's done. But yeah, okay, so now that I have that open, actually I think we have a pull request, although I'm a little uncertain. If I go to, we have a number of pull requests that I need to review, but inactive contributors.
Yes, that's just the thing I want to ask. Do we have the pull request for this? Because it seems it is still open until tomorrow, right? Inactive
I thought inactive contributors was one of the ones that it had been proposed and discussed in a meeting recently. But now I don't see the pull request for it.
So there's one that's in review right now, right?
Yes, under issues, we can see continuous release notes, metric reviews, adding 2 new filters, and then.
Okay, so the continuous release notes issue.
New contributors. Okay, go ahead, Kevin.
The continuous release notes issue is a collection to collect all of the release notes. So the problem I was having when I was looking in here the other day is I know that we have another one that's in the comment period right now, but I don't know which one it is. I think it might be related to 337, issue 337.
Changes to, yes, the 2 new filters.
So it is
definitely added.
Yeah, so I think that one is in the comment period, but I don't know that anything was announced on the website And we don't have an explicit issue for it either.
Yes, because I spent I think, like 2 weeks to figure it out, but I could not arrive at it.
So I think we were the first to release a metric on an interim basis.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the process of doing that has evolved from the stumbling of our working group, trying to figure out how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this metric in all likelihood predates the existence of the process, because it sort of caused the existence of a process.
Yeah, that may be true.
That's how I remember it. I don't always remember things right, but I do think that this adding 2 filters has definitely been through. I guess we're through the release period on it.
Okay.
But I don't know, to Armstrong's point, I don't know if it was or when it was announced. Like, I believe the way it was announced was I sent an email to the mailing list about that. However, I think, Armstrong, your point may be that there's no one place that one can go to see the metrics currently in under review for interim release.
Yes.
Across the working groups. Is
Yeah.
that fair?
Yeah, that's it.
And Kevin, your issue is really that how do we keep track of the release notes for the continuous release?
So every issue that goes through the release comment period should have an issue that is explicitly, this issue is here to capture comments. And so then when you announce the release, you direct people to that issue. So I don't believe that there's an issue here that is explicitly set up to capture comments.
Certainly that was the intention of this one. However,
so there's no doubt that the issue was built to work on that.
Yes, there is no doubt. So I created this issue, and so I can add.
And you did add the label too, which was helpful, but.
So review. Okay, so we got the name of the metric and the descriptions of changes. We're not restructuring anything. So I think the rest of what I had covers your comments. So
yeah, look at the closed issues we have in here.
Okay.
And you'll see that, so issue 329 was the new contributors metric release candidate.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, closed. New contributors. Okay.
All right.
So yeah, we finished this. Okay, so yeah, I think we were the first group to do a new release, and this generated the process.
So we did it for new contributors.
Yeah.
So and if you look at it,
and I think what I did is I didn't put the heading information that is in here in the next one I created when we added those 2 filters.
Yeah.
So the mistake is mine for not recognizing there's a template to do this. And you must have been here on the March 11th meeting, Kevin, if we followed the template, or.
Yeah, I think I was.
I got this from, yeah, yeah. Okay, so I've added that text now to this release. So I've added this to issue 337. However, you need continuous release notes. So the question is, does this?
Okay, so
where would you derive that from?
So if you then pull up the continuous release notes issue.
Okay, hang on. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm sharing. Okay.
Oh.
Yep, got it.
So the information that I would need about the new metric is basically what I've done right there. New metric, the name of the metric, the link to the metric, comment period issue, which we were just talking about.
Okay. So how do we get that to you? What's the best way to
Well,
provide
you put it in this issue.
Oh. Okay, so this issue never gets closed.
This issue, this issue would
just
get closed when we do the regular release.
Right. Okay.
Which would be once or twice a year.
So
this is where we would capture everything.
So what I would do is, if I'm thinking of this right, then metrics, review metric changes, adding two filters. I've kind of created a little bit of a hairball by referring to the pull request. But it does show basically the status of the review is open or closed. It looks like just one line is added, status, open or closed. And I don't know why. Yeah, it looks like just one line is added, but it says it added two filters. So I wonder if something else got auto committed by mistake. Anyhow, I believe it's just the status it's clearly just the status that's in this pull request.
Who put in the pull request?
I think I did, but let's find out. Let's see if we can.
Should we just merge it?
Yeah, S. Goggins wants to merge.
Shall we just merge it? I think it looks good.
Uh-oh. From unknown repository. Okay, let me see. Let me see if this can even be merged, because I think I've done this before and it's not a pretty picture. But I think maybe like occasionally I delete my repository. Let me see if I can merge. Metric release for metric open or for status open or closed. Update to existing metric reviews, right? And then I would put that in a comment. Let's see if it's going to merge. I got a feeling it's going to. Okay. GitHub has overcome my stupidity. Apparently, at this point, it managed to keep a reference to what I was pull requesting. All right. So at that point, then you want under the issue, if I am correct, you would want metric update. And actually, you want me to refer to the commented issue, right?
I'm sorry, which one are you in?
Evolution release notes. Well, apparently, when I closed the pull request,
you'd close the issue. Yeah.
Apparently so. That was pretty. All right. So this pull request. I'm just going to make that comment, and then I think I have to open another tab so that I can go back to your issue. So under evolution release notes, I would then say we released pull request number 332, released an update to the reviews metric, right?
No,
Okay.
I would. So in the release, Or I'm sorry, this is just, this was an update to an existing metric?
Right. We just added a filter to an existing metric.
Okay. And it,
So
and
I
it did,
think
and it went
we
through
actually,
the comment period?
yeah. And I think,
Okay.
but I think we also agreed that updates to current metrics wouldn't be pushed in the continuous release. They would be waiting for the next major release. I think at some point we discussed that.
I think you're correct. Yep.
So,
so yes, I would just.
I'll note that still here.
Yep.
Okay. Not for continuous release, but next full metrics release. It's one update to the views metric to include new filters. Specifically, adding, and then that referred to issue the review period, the comment period issue is this one, which would be helpful for you to know, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right, this is good. This way we know, this helps understand the orientation of how we communicate to you about continuous release.
It also kind of gives you a high level overview of everything that was going on. So you can kind of see what's going on right now.
Right, right, yeah, that's a good point.
So I edited the top comment to include a link to the spreadsheet.
Oh, that's extremely helpful.
So between this, the spreadsheet, and the individual comment issues, I think those are all kind of linked together, and that's how we would coordinate the process.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is helpful for you as well.
It is, yeah. Oh, yeah, Armstrong, is it helpful for you?
Yes,
Armstrong.
Yes, Sean, it is.
Okay, good.
I usually put my thing on mute because children are playing on the background.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. My children are still sleeping, oddly. I think I heard them stir as my wife came in earlier.
Same here. I have to keep on muting because there's a music playing in the background for my kids.
Yeah. Okay. So do we? I think we've, thanks to Armstrong, we've put some good work into tidying things up a little bit. I'm gonna clone my patch branch and delete some. I'm now 2 commits behind master. All right, okay, I'll deal with that later. Why don't we, but I'm gonna delete the bin focus area and, wait a minute, I'm sorry, bin implementations and use cases folders in a pull request for next week or for 2 weeks from now. And we can go through a discussion about that as cleanup when that happens. Does that make sense, Armstrong? Just like when Matt was on the call, he discussed getting rid of those folders. Does that still seem well thought out to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I'm going to notes, I guess, notes, I don't know how we did this. Lots of repository and release process formalization and tidying. See video. And now let's go to this inactive contributors. I know was at one juncture a pull request, and I think has now been transformed into a Google Doc. I don't, there was a pull request on this, and so I'm like that, so I'm a little unclear, and I think maybe, let me just see, two closed issues, let me go to pull requests. Closed, okay, so there's a closed pull request. Oh, 334 new metric inactive contributors. Okay. So I think we have a metric.
Was it closed?
Well, so the was merged. So now we have, hang on, so it was merged in the meeting. I think I missed the meeting 2 weeks ago. So we have inactive contributors. So this looks to me to be actually released and more up to date than the Google Doc. So I think this is a metric to create a candidate for release.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't think the Google Doc is the right link. Oops. I think this is ready for the review period, I think. So I'm gonna, what do you think, Armstrong? We got 10 minutes left. Should I open the issue?
We can open an issue because that's one of the things I'd like to discuss on the review period.
All right. So, oops. Active contributors metric. And then Kevin has some language. Oops.
Yeah, if you can, the easiest way might just be to look at some of the closed issues and just copy the language out of that.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Here we go. I've got one open. Boom.
Oh, nope. I'm sorry. That is.
This issue was created to capture the continuous release notes. Oh, wait a minute. This is the bad one. This is the bad one.
Yep.
But
we just need to make it. Nope.
No. Okay.
This one.
All right.
Go close. Yeah, click on closed. And,
okay.
Do the new contributors metric release candidate.
New contributors. Okay.
So we just need to make it explicit that it is the that it's there to collect comments. That way, if people visit the issue, I'm supposed to look at the metric and make comments on it.
Right. Okay. The metric inactive contributors. For about
and then in the title, rather than call it a new metric, call it a metric release candidate.
Yeah.
Metric release candidate. All right, I like that practice. I want to label it with metrics candidate release. Is there any other step that I want to take here, Kevin?
If you want to, you can add the review period date, like that. The comment period date is this, and it ends on such and such.
Period start date is May 6, 2020, and will conclude on, I'll just say June 6, 2020.
Yep.
And I submit that issue. Is there a place then, Kevin, that you are that we tell you so that you can, because I think one of Armstrong's concerns was that there isn't a place across CHAOSS to go for seeing what's currently under review internally.
It might be nice to do that on the spreadsheet, because
Yeah.
the spreadsheet is the connection for all of the work groups. So if there's
That's a
not
good
a,
point.
there may actually be a tab on the spreadsheet. I'm not sure.
Or a category.
Considering released, in progress. Yeah,
And
we
I
could call it in review.
under community review. Boom.
Yeah.
And I can update this link
Yep.
to be the link for where it is
To the
in the
issue.
project. The
Yeah,
issue,
perfect.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I should also send I feel like there should be some kind of notification on the mailing list. I did that the last time.
Yeah.
Like when a working group puts a metric into the review period.
Yes. Yeah, I think we
Stop
did
my share
discuss
there.
that, and I think that's actually in the review handbook as well, or in the governance handbook on reviews. I think that there's a line that basically says
Notify the mailing list. Yeah. All right. I'd stop sharing my screen just so as to not share whatever is in my email with the video recording. And it's just chaos@lists.linuxfoundation.org.
CHAOSS lists, yeah.
chaos@lists.linuxfoundation. Evolution, new metric. It's not rolling release, it's interim release.
This is continuous release.
Continuous.
So the two releases are continuous and regular. The regular
active contributors
1 to 2 times a year. The continuous release occurs as needed.
All right. The issue for the comment period, including a link to the proposed new metric, is here. Oops,
maybe put a link to the spreadsheet as well, and make a comment that says that the metric has been changed to in community review on the spreadsheet. That way you're modeling the practice for everyone else.
Yes, you can see any metrics currently tagged for continuous release in our shared spreadsheet here. So I'll get the link to that. I'm sorry, I'm not sharing my screen right now. It's just because
you're
I
fine.
want to expose my inbox to the recording.
Okay.
So I think I'm just saying thanks, Evolution Working Group. And then I guess what's cool is maybe if I took a screenshot of what that looks like.
So there is one more thing. The markdown folder, or the markdown file that's being released, it needs to have a disclaimer at the top of it.
Oh, right, yeah, edit, copy image. Why don't you make that the first comment in the review period, Kevin? That way I'm not doing anything that, like, changing the mark.
Okay. And I can make that edit as well if you want, but I will make the comment in there just to model. Once again, just to document and model what needs to be done on it.
Right on. Okay, so take us back to our working group notes, and I'll share my screen again.
Where's that at? This one.
We have about 3 minutes left.
That
So
issues. So this is inactive contributors. Okay.
Contributors metric out for review via issue spreadsheet. Stupid. There we go. Issue spreadsheet and mailing list. I think that basically covers it. Actually, I could link the issue here in the minutes. Yeah.
But is markdown italics, is that the underline?
I think it's the single. I think it's a. I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was. Sometimes it depends on which editor you're using, and GitHub Markdown's a little weird. Like it's slightly deviant from other Markdown.
Yeah, that's what gets me too. That it's slightly different. But I think I got it right. Okay.
Yeah.
And I just put a comment into the metrics release. So.
Let's see. All right. And I'm trying to, where am I? Okay, I don't know why it keeps trying to paste from a different computer. My whole Apple ecosystem.
You go back to that one, yeah. So I just added that comment in 21 seconds ago. So the Markdown file then needs to have the disclaimer added in italics underneath the question at the top. And it basically has the same information in it that that you've just put at the top, right? So it has the comment period.
Yep.
When it begins and when it ends.
Yep. Yep. And I did send it to the mailing list, so it should show up there. 30 seconds left. Anything? Oops, I'm on the wrong sheet now. I think thanks to Armstrong and Kevin, we had a very productive tidying meeting. And Kevin, I think you or Matt generally put the video link in once we're done recording.
Matt does that.
Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording and I wish everyone well and see you all in a couple of weeks.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, bye.